Hi friends, welcome back. Today's topic is MCQ on soil mechanics. Let's start. Here the first question is, a phreatic line is defined as the line within a dam section below which there are positive equal potential, positive hydrostatic pressure, negative hydrostatic pressure, negative equipotential line. Now what is phreatic line? Phreatic line is also known as the seepage line or saturation line. It is defined as the imaginary line within a dam section below which there is positive hydrostatic pressure and above there is negative hydrostatic pressure. So here the right answer is option B, positive hydrostatic pressure. Now question number 2. The shear resistance of a soil continued basically of the following equipment. The option A, the frictional resistance to translocation between the individual soil particles at their contact point. Option B, to the structural relation to displacement of the soil because of the interlocking of the particles. Option C, cohesion and adhesion between the surface of the soil. Option D, all the above. Now here right answer is all the above, because shear resistance of soil is a result of friction and interlocking of particles contact, and the formula tau equals to sigma plus C tan phi, and resistance due to shear resistance due to occur cohesion of soil and structural resistance and due to friction. So all options are correct. So right answer is D. Here sigma is the normal stress and C cohesion and phi angle of internal friction. Question number 3. The shear strength in plastic undrained clay is due to intergranular friction, internal friction, cohesion, none of these. The shear strength of plastic undrained clay. For clay we know that for clay phi equals to 0. So and for clay only has cohesive. So shear strength in plastic undrained clay is due to option C, cohesion. Question number 4. Through a point in a loaded soil, the principal stress is maximum on. Now what is principal stress? Principal stresses are the maximum and minimum normal stresses on a particular plane. So maximum normal stress is termed as major principal stress and minimum normal stress is termed as minor principal stress. So through a point loaded soil, the principal stress is maximum on obviously major principal stresses. Question number 5. The Moore straight theory is based on the following fact. Material fails essentially by the shear ultimate strength of the material determined by the stress in the plane of slip. Failure criteria is dependent of the intermediate principal stress. Option D, all the above. Here the right answer is option D, all the above, because option A, B, C, D is the assumption of the Moore state theory. Question number 6. Depending upon the properties of a material, the failure envelope may be either straight or curved, pass through the origin of stresses, intersect the shear stress axis, all the above. Here right answer is all the above. Now if we draw the shear stress tau and normal stress sigma, then for saturated clay we get the straight line. This is the failure envelope, and for sandy soil we get this diagram. This is the more envelope line, and for silty soil, for silt, it has cohesive, some cohesive and some angle of internal friction, and this line gives the slightly curved portion, and this line is the slightly curved portion, and this is the more envelope theory, more envelope line. And for the sandy type of soil, cohesion is 0, so this pass through the origin. So here all options are correct, all the above. Right answer is D. Question number 7. The coefficient of compressibility of soil is the ratio of. What is the coefficient of compressibility? Coefficient of compressibility is defined as the decrease in volume per unit of volume produced by unit change in pressure. It should be change in volume per unit volume produced by unit change in pressure. So right answer is option B. For question number 7, right answer is option B. Now question number 9, question number 8. Compression index of a soil decrease with increase in liquid limit, increase with increase in liquid limit, decrease with increase plastic limit is not related with plastic limit. For compression index, we know compression index equals to Cc. Cc equals to 0.009 into WL minus 10%. So if liquid limit increase, then compression index increase. So here right answer is question number 8, option B is correct. Increase with increase in liquid limit. Question number 9. The neutral stress in a soil mass is force per unit area, force per unit area, force per effective area, stress taken up by the pore water pressure, stress taken up by solid particles. Now what is neutral stress? Stress taken by soil grains, it's called effective stress, and stress taken up by water, this is called neutral stress. So here right answer is force per option C is correct. Stress taken up by the pore water pressure, this is called neutral stress. Question number 10. The shear strength of soil increase with an increase in normal stress is proportional to the cohesion of soil is generally known as the strength of soil is proportional to the tangent of the angle of internal friction, all the above. Shear strength of soil, shear strength of soil tau equals to C plus sigma tan phi. So shear strength depends upon increase with increase in normal stress. If sigma is normal stress, so if sigma increase, then tau also increase, and is proportional to cohesion of soil C. Tau varies as C in proportionally C. So option A, B is right, and is generally known as the strength of soil. Maximum shear stress, that's called shear strength, so is generally known as strength of soil, that's also right. Is proportional to the tangent of angle of internal friction tan phi. Tau varies as C, sigma and tan phi. So here all options are correct, all the above. E is the right answer. Question 11. if drainage is permitted throughout the test during the application of both normal and shear stresses, so that full consolidation occurs and no excess pore pressure is set up at the any stage on the test, is known as weak test, drain test, consolidated undrained test, none of this. If drainage is permitted throughout the test, so if drainage is permitted throughout the test during the application of both normal and shear stress, this called drained test. So right answer is option B. Question number 12. When drainage is permitted under initial applied normal stress only and full primary consolidation is allowed to take place, the test is known as drainage is permitted under initial applied and normal stress only and full primary consolidation is allowed. So this is consolidation undrained test. Drainage is permitted under initial period, not final period, not second stage. So this is consolidated undrained test. Question number 13. A direct shear test process the following disadvantage. A relative thin thickness of sample permits quick drainage. A relative thin thickness of sample permits quick dissipation of pore pressure developed during test. As the test progresses, area under shear gradually changes. None of this. A direct shear test process the following disadvantage. The right answer is option C. As the test progresses, the area under shear gradually changes. Question number 14. The triaxial test is preferred to direct shear test because it can be performed under all three drainage conditions with complete control. Precise measurement of pore pressure and change in volume during test is not applicable, is not possible. Stress distribution on the failure plane is not uniform. None of this. So here right answer is option A. Triaxial shear test is preferred to direct shear test because it can be performed under all three drainage conditions with complete control. Question number 15. The testing a saturated clay for shear strength test recommended is direct shear test, triaxial compression test, unconfined compression test, all the above. Question number 15. Here C is the right answer. Unconfined compression test. This test is suitable for saturated clay only, and sometimes it may be done for silty type of soil. Question number 16. Cohesive soil are generally cohesive. Cohesive soil are generally plastic and also compressible, elastic and also compressible, plastic but incompressible, none of this. Cohesive soil means clay, and clay has plastic properties and compressible properties. So here right answer is option A, plastic and compressible. Question number 17. The angle of internal friction. The angle of internal friction of clay is usually 0 to 5 degree, to 5 to 20 degree, 20 to 30 degree, 30 to 40 degree. For angle of internal friction of clay, most approximately equals to 0 degree, so it should be lies between 0 to 5 degree. And for loose sand, this value 20 to 30 degree for loose sand. Question number 18. The angle of internal friction is maximum for angular grained loose sand, angular grained dense sand, round and dense sand, clay. The right answer is angular grained dense sand. clay has minimum angle of internal friction. So thank you for watching.